tonight. Stick-on satellite trackers. We have a challenge and a dare tonight. Do we accept any challenges? Do we? Yes. Yes, wonderful. This is wonderful. The challenge we have tonight is to write apps for stick-on satellite trackers. So for apps for smartphones to be used where the application can be made to the idea of trying to reduce accidents on the road. Stick-on satellite trackers are an idea that I've come up with that I'm sure we're already using to one extent or another. Where they are in relationship to, say, in police road pursuits. The Herald newspaper, for example, says that in 2014 there were 1,700 police road pursuits in Australia, and between the years 2000 and 2011 there were 218 people killed and many others injured during that time. The idea with stick-on satellite trackers is to try to reduce the problems about police road pursuits so that, for example, where they can be used in trying to be fired from a rifle, say, as an example, from a self-loading rifle where we used to fire grenades. They would be fired over about a 70 metre distance, and the stick-on satellite tracker could be adhered to a truck or a speeding vehicle, a motorbike or a motorboat, or alternatively with a handheld pistol over a distance of about 20 metres. The idea is to try to follow the people that are fleeing from the police at a fairly relaxed distance behind them so that they won't keep speeding, and that they can be tracked and leisurely followed, if you like, and arrested when they least expect to be arrested. Stick-on satellite trackers will certainly reduce the number of people killed and injured in police road pursuits. The other ways of using the trackers are in a more passive way, in the sense of being attached to things like shopping trolleys and vehicles generally, trucks, and anything of value that has the potential to be moved from A to B, where they can be tracked at any one time, particularly, for example, where livestock is being stolen. We had about, in 2014, over $10 million worth of livestock stolen in Australia. In 2015, we had over $1 billion worth of electrical goods and machinery, jewellery, etc. stolen. So the idea of tracking, for example, the Malaysian plane MH370 that disappeared, had a stick-on tracker being used in their luggage, then it would have, the path and position of the plane may well been able to be tracked. Other things such as small movements of dams, tall buildings and aerials and wind generators, where they exceed their oscillation normal, can be also tracked using an SST. Even placing an SST sign on the outside of a building or a vehicle, I'm hoping anyway, may reduce the premiums for insurance. So the only thing I have to do now is actually try to find my keys. Thanks very much.